situation. You came out on a 17-4 run. You were 6 of your first 6 here to start the second half, and then went 6 of 7. But a good start. I think you saw the ball movement you've been looking for here in the past couple of ball games.
Yeah, we were moving it. I'm not sure we were moving it for any purpose. It was, to be honest, I think we were just throwing it around because they knew they were supposed to. I'm not sure they knew why. It was just one of those days. It was kind of a frustrating game, but we sort of regrouped at halftime and, like you said, came out, made some shots, jumped on them, and then we were able to hold on.
Rayshon Gaffney gives you some good minutes and good points here. 13 this afternoon, second leading scorer for you. And Brianna Glover continues the great work in the post, 14 points on 6 of 13.
Well, Glover in particular, when you're going up against 6'4", 6'4", 6'5", you know, that's not an easy task. Now, we had a couple mismatches when I can't pronounce her name. You're better than me, number 31,
Horvantinovic.
There you go. I'll let you go with that.
I worked on that for like 3 days.
I'm impressed. But, you know, we got some mismatches at times against some of their guards, but their bigs were big. And, you know, and then Bree banged and got some good ones down there.
Let's talk about Rayshon Gaffney getting her on track, second straight double-figure scoring game, and you're able to run the floor and really drive it with her.
Absolutely, and I mean, they press you the whole game. I mean, they want the tempo fast. They want a lot of possessions, and that's why I kept telling the players that you've got to stay with this. Game's not over. The way they play and the way they shoot the ball, they can. We had to get them up the three-point line. Now they hurt us more on the inside the arc than I would have liked, but they take 25 threes a game, and they only got 19 tonight, and they make 8 threes a game. So strategically, our statistics were, you know, our plan worked very well, but the 17 offensive rebounds were a killer. But it's like I told the players before the game, crazy shots equal crazy rebounds, and they're bounced all over the gym. And in the first half, quite frankly, I thought they were just outworking us. They were into the game, and most of those balls hit the ground, and we just didn't get them. And that was I had to remind them at halftime of some things there, and then we did a much better job. That's why they play 40, right?
Absolutely. You end up +6 in rebounding. Leah Schaefer gives you 8, almost a double-double for her today with the 10 points, and then Gaffney gave you 8 rebounds as well.
Right, and I thought Gaffney kind of woke up there because she gave up a couple. You know, she struggled sometimes to get the box down on that weak side, but then she got a couple strong ones late in the game.
Pretty confident that you handled pressure pretty well. They were straight up on you for most of the ball game. I would say maybe a good 30 minutes of it was pretty much full court pressure. Thought you handled it pretty well.
Well, anytime they did, I mean, and you know, I was, to be honest with you, I was at the house, you know, the night before the game, I watched a lot of extra video just to get my mind right. And I was thinking, you know, for some of the teams we play, like DePaul and stuff like that, who pressure the whole game, I said, this is a great experience. Now, I didn't know, I was concerned how we would handle that today, but we handled it well enough that you don't want them to speed you up, because we have some players who, they want to go. Right. So if you speed them up, they'll go, and the ball's going to be flying all over the gym. I thought we handled that pretty well, and hopefully that's a good learning experience for us.
You start Malika Kennard for the second straight ball game. She gives you 10. She's a perfect day from the floor and free throw line, 4 of 4 and 2 of 2. She's really that calming presence, and when they want to go too fast, she's the one that can kind of control that pace and back it off a little.
Yeah, second half. I don't know about the first half. I was so whited down at halftime. I'm not sure if she scored, but we got there, Small.
Yeah, I got it. At first, she was 2 points at the break
there.
So 1-1.
8 in the second. I just thought she did a good job having the composure to handle that. I thought some of our young players today really were up and weren't mentally prepared. I thought some young ladies who had good games the other day weren't quite as ready today, and that's typical for a young team. And, you know, and so I just decided we were going to ride as many veterans as we could in that half, make sure we pulled that sucker through.
You get some different experiences for this team. We just went on a 2-game road stretch. Yeah. Now you come here, you start at 11 o'clock, so you're throwing pretty much everything at them here in this non-conference for the most part.
You're exactly right, and it's just those 2 games were tough. They take a lot of energy, and then we have 1 day of prep. I mean, because we took off the day after the middle game, so then you have 1 day to get ready. And, you know, so I thought we were a little sloppier than I would have liked, you know, but you always want to play perfect, you know, and it's not a perfect game. And I was really worked up there in the first half, and but luckily they settled down and they kind of regrouped. I had nothing to do with it. I challenged them, and they regrouped and did the things we needed to do to pull that game out.
All right, 5th home victory of the season. Now you take a look at a Cincinnati ball club. It's really struggling right now. Really statistically, they've lost several in a row, but some pretty good shooters over there for Cincinnati. Maybe the statistics are a little bit soft on an indicator of how they're playing.
Well, Cincinnati's schedule has been pretty difficult, so they are much more talented. They're as talented or better than we are. Okay, we're going to have to be. The record is very misleading. They spent a whole month on the road, and we know what the road's like out there. So to go over their place and think that we've got any kind of advantage is not true. We've got to regroup. We have to play a lot better than we did today.
So another experience coming up for this young group. They're going to get a rivalry game and probably a pretty decent crowd over there.
Well, yeah, I hope so. I hope Cincinnati needs to get around that game. You know, it's important. You know, they do a great job for the men's game, and you know, it's going to be exciting. And I know both teams are going to play their guts out. And I know Cincinnati's going to be gunning, and we're going to try everything we can over the next 3 days to get ready for that.
All right, a couple days to get ready for it. We will see you over at Cincinnati on Sunday for the Crosstown Showdown.
Sounds good, Mike. See you,
Thanks
buddy.
for stopping by.
Yep.
That's Brian Neal with his thoughts on this afternoon's Musketeer